Hello students. So this lecture is a pre-foundation lecture. So before starting your foundation lecture, it is very important that you must have some clarity about the basic concepts of geography. Okay. So for this, like we have to read NCERT, that we know. And 11th, 12th NCERT, that also we have to read. In geography, that also we know. But from where to start? And how these NCERTs will help us, and how the important concepts, the important chapters that are there in the NCERT are going to help us. So this video is to give you overview about the NCERT with respect to class 6 to 10th. Because we are not considering here 11th to 12th NCERT, because 11th and 12th NCERT, that is in detail, that will deal in detail later. But for today, we are going to see which are the important chapters that are important for UPSC examination and which are the chapters that we can also leave, right? Because there are so many chapters, बहुत सारे chapters होते हैं, so all the chapters are not that important. So, which are the chapters that are important that we are going to discuss today. So, before starting this entire lecture, I would like you all to know that what are the major branches of geography. ठीक है ना? So say for example, if you are seeing a particular chapter, then you must be able to find it out that this particular chapter belongs to which particular branch of geography. Hence, it becomes very important that you know the major branches of geography. So first of all, we'll talk about the branches of geography, and after understanding the branches of geography, we'll also understand the different themes, right, in which we can allocate a particular chapter. Okay, so let's start. So basically, geography, if you see, please write it down also. Later also it will help you. So first of all, it is a physical geography. Okay. So whatever physical phenomena, physical features that you are seeing on the surface of this earth, right? Be it air, be it water, be it land, be it any particular structure that is related to nature, that comes under physical geography. Geography, you know, right, that this is a description of earth. So whatever there is inside the earth and it is related to nature, be it any type of structure or any type of physiological phenomena, right, that is associated with climate and everything. Anything that is natural, be it a structure, be it anything, that will come under your physical geography. Okay. So if you see this earth, you have some major domains, right? We have land, we have water, we have air. So these are the three physical features that we are clearly able to see it. Right now, within that land, we have certain structure that we see. कुछ आपको mountains दिख जाते हैं, है ना? कभी आपको river दिख जाता है. Sometimes you see a plateau, right? So these are the different physical features or the structures that you see on the land. And similarly, when you will go deep down inside the ocean also, you will find different structures. Okay. So everything with respect to physical phenomena, physical structure, that will come under this physical geography. Okay. आपको समझना ये है कि आपकी धरती है, उस धरती पे लैंड है, वाटर है, एयर है, लैंड के अंदर भी है, इंटीरियर ऑफ द अर्थ भी है, राइट? सो विद इन दैट वाटर, विद इन दैट एयर, विद इन दैट लैंड, whatever physical feature is there, whatever physical phenomena is occurring, that we will consider under physical geography. I hope it will be clear to you now. Now, the second is human geography. So, human geography, if you see, it has one very basic term, that is human, a very important term, right? It means that anything, if any change is coming on the surface of the earth because of this human, because of the interaction of the human, because of the change that have been brought by this human on the surface of this earth, on the space, then we characterize that particular thing under human geography. It means that in human geography, we study the distribution of people, how they are interacting over the surface of the earth, what changes that they are creating on the surface of the earth, right? Everything with respect to human will come under human geography. So anything that is related to human with respect to geography will come under human geography. Now, these are the major branches that we are studying in geography, which includes physical geography and human geography. Now, there's a third branch as well in geography, which is about geographical techniques. The techniques that we use to draw a map, to analyze a satellite data like GIS, like remote sensing, like cartographic techniques, that will come under tools and techniques. That is a separate branch of geography, which is not of your concern. That we study in higher studies, especially graduation, masters and PhD, but it is not important for you all. For us, this physical and human part is important. ठीक है? तो आपके syllabus में आप कुछ भी ऐसा देख रहे हैं जो कि human से related है. Say for example, you are seeing the distribution of population. It will come under human geography, right? You are seeing different physical phenomena. बारिश हो गई, heat waves आ रहे हैं. These all are natural phenomena, right? So that will come under your physical geography. So this is the major branch of geography. Now within this geography, we need to decide a theme. है ना? Say for example, land और water को आप एक साथ नहीं पढ़ सकते हो. Similarly, water and air will not be studied together. So it is very important that you demarcate that line. है ना? So it becomes easier for all of us to have a separate branch or a theme altogether. Air का एक अलग branch हो गया, water का एक अलग branch हो गया, land का एक अलग branch हो गया, right? So we have different branches, okay? So within this physical, we need to decide a theme. So that theme could be air, water, land. So when we are studying anything with respect to water, especially ocean or seas, हम जब oceans के बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं, हम जब water के बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं, तो वो किसके अंदर आता है? That will become part of oceanography. Okay? So this is basically a theme, one particular theme. Now when you are reading about a climate, the entire climate, the different the climatic phenomena, कहीं पे cyclones आ रहे हैं, कहीं पे thunderstorm आ रहा है, right? Heat waves चल रहे हैं, and all these things, the movement of wind, the major wind, लू आ रहा है, लू चल रही है, and all these things. So anything with respect to air or the atmosphere, we will read under a separate theme called the climatology. Now, so this we have talked about water. Here we are talking about air. क्या बच गया? Land बच गया. So anything or the features that you see, right, on the surface of the land, like mountains, like plateaus, like small mountains, any feature that you are seeing on the surface of the earth, especially on the land, that we study under a separate theme called geomorphology. ठीक है guys, one thing you have to remember, even if you have ocean के नीचे क्या है? It's a land. Now, in this land, if there is any structure, if there is a small mountain that is located inside this ocean, that will also come under geomorphology. Why? Because the features that is located where? The feature is located inside the ocean. So I will make it again here. So we are done with oceanography. Please write it also. It will help you later while defining the different chapters theme-wise. Okay. Oceanography. Then we have climatology. Then we have geomorphology. Okay. Then we can also have biogeography. Biogeography is with respect to biosphere, with respect to environment. With respect to flora and faunas, or you can also write environmental geography. So if anything that in which the environment is getting impacted, the interaction that is going in the environment, the pollution part, biodiversity part, flora fauna part, all these things will come under environmental geography. Okay. Now again, these are the major themes. Now within India, you will read about the climate of India. है ना? So within this physical geography, we can make one more theme, that is India physical geography, right? India physical. So guys, you need to know this, that this India physical geography is not a separate branch or not a separate theme, but it will include all these themes within it. How? I'll tell you. See, this is India physical. It means that if you're studying the climate of India, or if you're studying about the atmosphere of India, if you're studying the landforms that are located within India, then it will become part of your Indian physical geography. That is again a part of what? That is a part of physical geography. This is not a separate branch that you need to remember. ये एक separate branch नहीं है, ये इसी का part है. ठीक है ना? So if you are reading about the soil of India, if you are reading about the climate of India, if you are reading about the physiography of India, if you are reading about the vegetation of India, then all these subheadings will come under Indian physical geography. Why? Because you are in India. So it becomes very important for all of us to know about the different features, the different phenomena, the different locations that are associated with India. That is why we have kept it as a separate theme. Okay. So this is a separate theme and all these are the separate themes. These are in general, this is particular. So from general to particular. Now again, if you are reading about the world geography, this is also part of world geography only. But again, when you are reading about the different climatic condition that is existing on different continent, that will come under world geography. ठीक है ना? Climate पढ़ रहे हो, that is a part of climatology. That is fine. But again, to separate it, right? To make it a separate theme, we need to divide it. Because again, this is a major theme. So you can write here world geography. So now when you are reading the climate, soil, vegetation, then physiography, okay, so that will become part of world geography. Okay, so this is a major theme of physical geography. Now, whenever you are seeing any chapter, right, in your NCERTs, you need to know which particular branch it is talking about. तो पहला तो branch है physical है या human है. Now within this physical and human, you need to know which particular theme it belongs to. Whether it belongs to oceanography, it belongs to climatology, it belongs to geomorphology, it belongs to environment geography, it belongs to India physical or world physical geography. I hope this is clear to you all. Now, if you see this, within this climatology, if we are reading about India's climate, then it will become part of what? It will become part of India physical. Right. So you need to understand that within this climatology, if you are reading India's climate, it is a part of India physical geography. Within this climatology, if you are reading world's climate, then it will become part of world geography. But at the same time, that is also part of climatology. हमने separate क्यों किया है? क्योंकि UPSC ने बहुत ज़्यादा syllabus है जो कि belong करता है separately, right? Indian geography and world geography से. But at the same time, this India physical and the world physical geography, that is not a separate branch of geography. It is not a separate branch. This will come under all these major themes. इन major themes के अंदर ही ये आएगा, right? But यहाँ पे हमने इसको अलग से इसलिए लिखा है. Why we have written it? Because this is a entire whole like it's a very long syllabus which is related to Indian physical geography and world physical geography. So that is why we have made it as a separate theme. Again, this is a part of physical geography only. But within that, you need to remember that within the climate, जो आप climate पढ़ रहे हैं, इंडिया की climate के बारे में पढ़ रहे हैं, तो वो बन जाएगा आपका climatology का part, right? When you are reading about the world's climate, it is a part of climatology only, but it is also part of world physical geography. So this is a different themes that are associated with physical geography. Okay? Now with respect to human geography. अब human geography के अंदर अगर हम देखें, then within this human, we read about the distribution of population, density of population and several other things. So that is basically we are studying about the demography of a particular area. So that will become part of population geography. Okay. Then now you must have heard about, yes, we all know about agriculture, right? Agriculture after Neolithic revolution it started. So agriculture कौन कर रहा है? Agriculture although nature grow करता है, but who are the people? I mean, who are the entities that are involved in doing agriculture? So those are whom? Those are humans. So humans are involved in the growing of crops, growing of grains and different food products, right? Hence it becomes part of your human geography. ठीक है? Agriculture again a major sub-theme of human geography. Yes. Now, when you are studying about the different services that you are getting, suppose right now I am teaching you, I am providing you a service. So it's a part of, tertiary activity. Similarly, you are using different, benches, you are using a pen, you are using your bag, copies, notebook, etc. So some industries manufacturing that, है ना? So that is a manufacturing part. And this manufacturing part plus this service providing part plus all these activities that generate some type of income. ऐसी कोई भी activity जो income generate कर रही है, that will come under your economic geography. So again, we have economic geography as well, where we read about primary, secondary, tertiary activities, location of industries, and all these things. So that is a part of economic geography. ठीक है? Now, there's also one more term that is a resource geography. ठीक है ना? Now, resource is actually not a resource until it is identified. कहीं पे कुछ है तो आपको से क्या मतलब है? Until you have identified it, recognized it or discovered it, then the resource becomes resource, right? Resource are not resource, then they become. Ackerman, he's a very famous, geographer. He said that resource are not resource until, the essence of that statement was that resource are not actually a resource until you have found it, until you have utilized it, until you have valued it. है ना, आपको जब उसकी वैल्यू पता चल जाती है तभी कोई चीज़ रिसोर्स बच जाता है. Like we are also human resource, natural resource, right? Within that natural resource, we have renewable sources of energies, then we have non-renewable sources of energies, right? We have minerals, we have metallic minerals, we have non-metallic minerals, and all these things will become part of your resource. So resource is for humans, इंसानों के लिए है, उनके फायदे के लिए. Again, it will become a part of your human geography. So resource geography is also there in human geography. Now, we all are settled in a particular society, in a particular location, in a particular city, or in a village, or any area, right? So, if we are studying about the settlement pattern, say for example, if there is a river, people are settled like this, the houses are like this, okay? If suppose there is a lake and people are settled like this, in a circular manner, okay? So, these are the way the people are settled in a particular location. Okay? Again, this becomes part of your settlement geography. Again, in the human, this is another theme called settlement geography. And then you can make several other sub-themes as well. So it is very important that the moment you are seeing a particular chapter, you need to know whether it belongs to human geography or it belongs to physical geography. Now, once you have identified that this particular chapter belongs to human or physical geography, now you need to understand in which particular theme you are going to, locate that particular chapter. है ना? जैसे कोई chapter है water. Now, water, just now I told you, जब हम water की बात करेंगे तो किसका part हो जाएगा? वो physical geography का part हो जाएगा. Within that physical geography, if we are especially studying about the oceans, seas, right, currents, waves, and all these things, that will become part of your oceanography. Now, if we are seeing any chapter with respect to air, hawa, kiska part ho jayega? That will become part of your physical geography. And again, in the physical geography, we have a separate theme called a climatology. So it will become part of that. So it is very important. First of all, you need to know that this chapter belongs to which particular theme of geography. So that will give you a basic understanding. I'm telling you all with a basic level of understanding. So that you need to understand that this particular chapter that you're going to read in NCERTs belongs to which particular theme. तो ये बहुत ही clear होना चाहिए आप लोगों को कि कौन सा chapter किस theme से belong करता है geography में. Okay? Now, 11th and 12th we will not discuss right now because 11th and 12th we'll discuss in detail later on when you are done with 6th to 10th NCERT. So to make a base to understand what are the important chapters that are there, because you don't have to read all the chapters. Some chapters you can leave also. Okay. So let's see which are the important chapters that we can read from NCERT of 6th to 10th. Now when we see NCERT, again we have two NCERTs, that is old NCERT and new NCERT. So here I have taken both the NCERTs. In some of the in some of the classes I could not take old NCERT because I could not find it on net. But yes, you can definitely purchase it. It's available in the market. Okay? And yes, again you will see the chapters are being repeated. The same air chapter you will see in different classes. The same agriculture chapter you will see in different classes. So chapters are it will be keep on repeating throughout from 6th to 10th and to 12th as well, right? But right now we are concerned about 6th to 10th. So let's see the chapters and the chapters which are important for you all and the chapters that you have to read before we are starting our foundation lecture. Because foundation lecture जो है वो थोड़ा थोड़ा advanced level होता है, तो उससे पहले आपको कुछ preparation करने की ज़रूरत है. It is important that you prepare before the foundation lecture start. So let's see the chapters that are important. In class 6th, this is the old NCERT and this is the new NCERT. In class 6, if you see, there is one chapter that is Unit 1, Earth, our planet. Now within this Earth, our planet, there are several chapters which include Earth in our solar system. Okay, so this, yes, you have to read. How globes and map help us, you can ignore as a very small chapter anyway. Latitudes and longitudes, important. Motion of the Earth, important. Realms of the Earth, important. Okay, so like these are not long chapters, these are very basic chapters. Just read it. So these chapters are important. You can go by it. Now guys, it is very important that before you start your preparation, you must know like continents, where they are located, the important feature of that particular continent, the important geographical locations of that particular continent. That is why in the old NCERT, they have taken one continent and they have described about that continent. And I'll tell you guys, the continents that NCERT have mentioned, say for example Africa. अफ्रीका में भी आप देखेंगे तो इन्होंने कुछ कंट्रीज को हाईलाइट किया है. दिस इज द यूनिट 2 अफ्रीका, इंपॉर्टेंट है. यस, दिस इज इंपॉर्टेंट. दे हैव हाईलाइटेड फ्यू कंट्रीज. से फॉर एग्जांपल दे हैव हाईलाइटेड नाइजीरिया, दे हैव हाईलाइटेड कॉन्गो, इजिप्ट. ठीक है ना. नाउ दीज कंट्रीज विच आर देयर, इट बिकम्स इम्पॉर्टेंट. अगर आप PYQs देखेंगे, इफ यू सी द प्रीवियस ईयर क्वेश्चंस ऑफ ज्योग्राफी ऑल्सो, the questions have been asked from this Congo, from this Nigeria and Egypt as well. Okay? So it is important for all of you that the countries, the continents, especially the countries that are there, that are mentioned in the NCERT, you must know what are the features that are associated with it, right? The important geographical locations, if there's a river that is crossing that particular country, if there's an important mountain range, you need to know about that. At least those countries which are mentioned in the NCERT. तो अफ्रीका के बारे में तो है ही. इसके साथ साथ क्या है कि कॉन्गो है, नाइजीरिया है, इजिप्ट के बारे में थोड़ा एक्सप्लेन किया है. नाउ अगेन इन साउथ अमेरिका, important, yes. So they have talked about this Brazil and Argentina. Okay, and the general view of the land, climate, resources and their utilization. Again, this chapter is important. You can just go through about this particular continent. See guys, you can also leave these things. आप इसको छोड़ भी सकते हैं. ठीक है, पर छोड़ने से क्या होगा कि आपकी जो मेहनत है वो बाद में डबल हो गई. आपको दोबारा करना पड़ेगा, because you cannot leave these continents. These continents are very important. So at least whatever is given in NCERT, just go and see it. It's important. Okay. Now Australia, बहुत छोटा सा चैप्टर है. Go and see the land and climate, resources and their utilization. And then Antarctica, see the ice shelves that are there, see the seas that are there with respect to Antarctica. See the lakes that they have mentioned. So those lakes, those seas, those shelves becomes important with respect to UPSC. आपको ये समझ लेना है कि NCERT में कुछ भी mentioned है, चाहे वो like 6th class की NCERT क्यों ना हो, वो important है. Later on also, I will show you the questions that have been asked from these NCERT, 6th to 10th NCERT. Okay, so now see this new NCERT. We have Earth in the solar system. Again, this is a similar. आपको यहाँ से match करता हुआ मिलेगा, तो छोड़ सकते हो because you have already studied. Read this. If the chapters are same for the same class, right? Prefer to read old NCERTs because in new NCERTs they have removed certain things. ठीक है ना? तो अगर same chapter है तो prefer करो कि old NCERT पढ़नी है, new का छोड़ सकते हैं. Okay? Now latitudes and longitudes, globe, motions of the earth. So if you see, these chapters are similar. Okay? Now major domains of the earth, major landforms of the earth. Now I want you to think that this landforms belongs to which particular theme of geography. You will realize we are talking about landforms, natural structure, part of physical geography. Then within physical geography, I told you several themes. That is geomorphology. Geomorphology talks about the different structures, processes and time that is taking place on the surface of the earth. So this will belong to your geomorphology. Okay? And then you see this earth in the solar system, motions of the earth. Again, when we study the evolution of the earth, when we study the evolution of this entire universe, right? So we start from there. Evolution of universe, then evolution of earth, and how different structures have been formed on the surface of the earth. Hence, it becomes part of your geomorphology only. Okay? Now, within India, it's a very small chapter, vegetation and wildlife. So, just go through that as well. 7th NCERT. This is the older one and that is the newer one. So, if you see, it has atmosphere. Again, guys, you need to recall, right? You need to read, you need to retain, you need to recall, and you need to reproduce. So, these 4 R's you have to remember. Okay? So, if you see this atmosphere, again, atmosphere and its temperature, I told you whatever we are studying with respect to this atmosphere, air, everything will come under which theme? It's a climatology. तो आपके दिमाग में वो बैठना चाहिए कि हम किस थीम की बात कर रहे हैं, हम किसकी बात कर रहे हैं, ठीक है ना? Then we have air on the move. Now from here we have water in the air. Water कहाँ है? Air में. So it is talking about the moisture in the air. But again it is a part of air. It means it is a part of climatology. Local weather and the sky. Now the hydrosphere, this is a part of physical geography, oceanography. Oceans, waters and their circulation, yes, it is important. Now again, if you see this old NCERT, they have taken a continent. See guys, old NCERTs are very, these are very beautiful books. Actual में आपको जो information provide करती है वो ये old NCERT ही provide करती है. तो like आपको मालूम होना चाहिए कि कौन सी continent में क्या geographical features हैं, land कैसा है, climate कैसा है, vegetation कैसा है. Hence, it shows the importance of all these continents that are there. So again, इन्होंने क्या लिया है? They have taken North America. Initially, they have already covered what? They have covered Africa, they have covered Australia, they have covered Antarctica. Now they are covering this North America and Europe. North America and Europe. So when you are doing this climate part or land part, in North America, it becomes part of what? It becomes part of your which branch? Physical geography. Now, within physical geography, you are reading North America's climate. It is a part of climatology. है ना? Climatology है ही. साथ में हम इसको अलग से भी क्या बोल सकते हैं? This is a part of world physical climatology or world physical geography. Okay. Now, you have North America resource and their utilization, and especially they have talked about USA and Canada. Hence, again, these countries becomes important with respect to your UPSC. तो यहाँ पे जितने important cities हैं, states हैं, ये important हो जाता है हमारे लिए. Then Europe, again land and climate, resources and their utilization. They have talked about UK, France, Germany. And then in chapter 13, they are talking about Russia, a country of 2 continents. Similarly, if you see this, these chapters are important. I mean, you can leave this thing. I mean, it is important, but at the same time, if you want to do it later also, you can do it. But at the same time, I'm telling you, your work will be doubled. आपका काम उस टाइम पे दोबारा हो जाएगा, क्योंकि later on also, when I will be teaching this foundation course in detail, there also I will keep on giving you homework about different continents, how to cover different maps. तो उस टाइम पे अगर आपको अपना काम कम करना है तो आप अभी पढ़ लो जाके. Or else, just to have a general idea about a particular continent, you should definitely go through these chapters. Okay, so please go through these chapters. Then in 7th NCERT, you have environment. Okay, inside our earth. ठीक है ना? Earth के अंदर की बात कर रहे हैं. It is talking about the interior of the earth. Now this interior of the earth, again, it is talking about different structures that you will find when you are going inside. It includes crust, mantle, core, and the things that are going there, the plate movement that is going there. Again, it becomes part of what? It becomes part of physical geography. Within physical geography, it is a part of geomorphology. Then we have our changing earth, air, water, natural vegetation and wildlife, human environment settlement, transport and communication, you can lead this particular chapter. Okay. Human environment interaction, the tropical and subtropical region, important. Just see it. And life in desert, just go and see that chapter also. Okay. So these are like stories. Just read like a story. Read like an interesting book. Okay. So don't take stress, just read it. And I'm telling you guys, if you go and start reading it, it even won't take you more than 2 weeks to cover entire this 6th to 10th NCERT. उससे ज़्यादा लगेगा ही नहीं आपको. ठीक है. So I really want you all to have this at least the base. क्योंकि स्कूल में आपने ज्योग्राफी नहीं पढ़ा है ठीक से, ये मुझे मालूम है. Because I have gone through this issue with each and every student that ज्योग्राफी नहीं समझ में है, नहीं पढ़े हैं. ठीक है ना. तो अभी आपको मेहनत करनी पड़ेगी क्योंकि आपने स्कूल टाइम पे नहीं किया है. So at least try to have the basic knowledge once before we start our advanced lectures. Then if you see the importance of these NCERT, if you see the 7th NCERT, we have a chapter called this ocean, water and their circulation. And again, in the newer NCERT, we have a chapter called water. Now in these chapters, if you go and see, they will tell you about the concentration or the percentage of water that is covered by different water bodies, which includes your glaciers, ice caps, lakes, rivers, underground water and all these things. They will tell you the percentage, कितना percentage क्या cover कर रहा है ना? ये इस chapter में भी है. ये जो water chapter है आपकी class 7th के NCERT का, इसमें भी है. Then again in the 11th also, when we are dealing with oceanography, there also that table is there. Right. Now if you see this question, 2021 का question है, and directly from that 7th NCERT. है ना? So that is why these NCERTs becomes important. So at least before you start advanced lectures, try to have basic knowledge about these things. Later on, obviously, we are going to discuss all these things in detail. But for now, you need to understand it. And also to understand the importance of even these NCERTs. Because, I mean, obviously, junior class ki hai, but at the same time, the question is also coming. Right? So people ignore sometimes these chapters. But these chapters are important. Now, 8th NCERT, if you see, so we have studying local maps, you can ignore. Earth and its landform. Again, guys, this is a part of physical geography. Within physical geography, geomorphology. Because we are talking about inside the earth, changing landforms, sculpturing landscape, landforms made by groundwater, winds, glacier and sea waves. Very important chapter. एक बार बस पढ़ लेना इसको क्योंकि this is a bit technical in nature. I explain in detail when we will go with the advanced lecture, but just go and see the landforms at least. So this is again a part of what? This is a part of geomorphology. ये पूरा geomorphology है आपका. Okay. Now you see in this class 8th NCERT new one, we have resource chapter. Yes, it important है. Then we have land, soil, water, natural vegetation and wildlife resources. Again, this is important. Mineral and power resources, very important. Agriculture, very important. Industries are also important. Then human resources you can ignore because human resources इस एक साल के गैप में आपको बहुत कुछ पता चल जाएगा. तो even if you don't read this chapter, hardly matters. Here again, Asia. Within Asia, like it will give you idea about the physical landscape, the different geographical features that are there within the Asia, the different countries that are there, the main economic activities that we are practicing in Asia. So all these information you will get from here. Now if you don't want to study, then it is fine. Gradually you will develop the knowledge about Asia and different continents. But yes, that will take time. If you want to develop it now and at the very basic level, then you can read this chapter. ठीक है? So it's up to you कि आप cover करना चाहते हो नहीं करना चाहते हो. Now India, ये जो India का chapter है, this will keep on repeating from time to time. In class 11th also, India Physical Environment, there is a book called India Physical Environment. All these chapters are there. ठीक है? Except few, because these are parts of human geography. ये जो agriculture है, industries है, trade, transport, human resources, these are human geography. ठीक है. ह्यूमन ज्योग्राफी में कौन सा पार्ट? इंडिया का ह्यूमन ज्योग्राफी, राइट. नाउ दीज थिंग्स, द क्लाइमेट and all these the land, this will be part of your what? This will be part of your India physical geography. ठीक है. तो अगर एक जनरल नॉलेज लेना है, जनरल व्यू लेना है तो आप पढ़ सकते हैं. अदरवाइज वी आर ऑल्सो गोइंग टू स्टडी इन डिटेल अबाउट these chapters later on, right? Because 11th anyway we are going to discuss that in detail. So this you can read and you can leave as well. अगर आप इंडिया को छोड़ना चाहते हो तो छोड़ सकते हो, because we will be discussing about it. But yes, few chapters you can read. Natural resources, please read this. Important है, बहुत important है. Agriculture, please read this. And industries. At least these 3 chapters do cover. Natural resources, agriculture and industries. So these chapters are very important. And here also agriculture very important. Agriculture is a very important part of this geography syllabus of UPSC. The time and again the questions have been asked and directly from NCERT. I will show you the questions that have been directly asked from NCERT. 7th का NCERT में भी है, 9th के NCERT में भी है, that chapter agriculture. Sorry, 10th. So 10th there is a chapter called agriculture, and again in 8th there is a chapter called agriculture. And this agriculture chapter have a different crops, the climatic requirement of different crops, the water requirement, the soil criteria, the temperature, right? So these things are there, and they have several crops. Wheat hai, rice hai, cotton hai, sugarcane, and all these crops are there, right? So we need to know the climatic condition that is required to grow a particular crop, and what is the ranking of India, how much we are producing it, right? So this is important for us to know. Now I will show you the question. Sorry, that has come directly from this particular chapter. बार बार आया है, ठीक है? So see this question. The crop is subtropical in nature. A hard frost is injurious to it. It requires at least 210 frost-free days and 50 to 100 centimeters of rainfall for its growth. A light, well-drained soil capable of retaining moisture is ideally suited for the cultivation of the crop. And this was asked in 2020, right? And people were blank from where this question has come. But this question was directly asked from your NCERT. ये 10th का agriculture का chapter है. And this line is also mentioned in the 8th NCERT chapter called agriculture. Exact line है, आप जाके check कर लीजिएगा, ठीक है? तो ये NCERT की importance बताता है. At least you should know what is there in the NCERT. When I say NCERT, it means I am saying line by line. आपको line by line पढ़ना है, right? ऊपर से नहीं पढ़ना है. Everything is important in geography with respect to NCERT, because you will not have a separate book. Like NCERT के अलावा आपको कुछ और रेफर नहीं करना, ना मैं बोलूँगी. Only NCERTs and my class notes. That will be sufficient to clear all the questions that are coming in examination. तो इसीलिए NCERT important है, and line by line NCERT को पढ़ना बहुत important है. Okay? Now if you see class 10th book NCERT, it includes resources and development, it includes forest and wildlife resources, it includes water resources, agriculture, mineral and energy resources, manufacturing, and lifelines of national economy, which includes what? Roadways, railways, airways, and all these things. So again you see, this is part of what? This is part of your human geography. Within this human geography, we can have economic geography, है ना? And if you go to higher studies, especially masters level, वहाँ पे transport geography भी एक अलग theme है. But for you all, we are not going into that detail. So everything like transport geography, communication geography, that will come under economic geography part. वो सब economic geography के theme में ही आ जाएगा, ठीक है? Then again, manufacturing industries, minerals and energy resources, these all are part of your especially this manufacturing industry, this is part of your economic geography. Minerals and energy resources we can have separately in a resource geography. Again, what? It is a human geography. Agriculture geography is a part of what? Human geography. Okay? water resources here. Again, when we are seeing this word resources, right? So जब भी हम ये term सुन लेते हैं resource, it is not only written water, it is us telling a resource. So whenever we are saying resource, it means it is important for us. It is giving some value to us. So whenever we are saying resource, it means it is related to human. Resource are not resource that they become. वो कुछ और बन जाते हैं, तब तक वो कुछ नहीं है, उसकी कोई वैल्यू नहीं है जब तक आपने उसको आइडेंटिफाई नहीं किया, जब तक आपने इसको रिकॉग्नाइज नहीं किया. The moment you identify, you recognize the value of that particular thing, it becomes resource. ठीक है ना? तो रिसोर्स किसके वैल्यू के लिए? हमारे वैल्यू के लिए, है ना? तो आप बोल सकते हो वाटर रिसोर्स, एयर रिसोर्स, सॉइल रिसोर्स. द मोमेंट इट इज कीपिंग सम वैल्यू फॉर अस, so then it becomes part of human geography. Okay? So these are the important chapters that we have to study in NCERTs. Yes, most of the chapters I have covered because all these chapters are important. And you can escape a few chapters if you want, because anyway we are going to do that in detail. But please at least do 6 to 10 NCERT before we start our foundation lecture. In coming videos, I'll also try to finish like one particular book I'll take, and I'll tell you that what are the things that are important for, say for example, class 6 NCERT I'll take, and I'll tell you what are the things that are important in different chapters. वो मैं आपको बता दूंगी, ठीक है? That for that we can have a separate lecture. But what I'm saying is that before your foundation lecture is starting, please read these NCERTs, okay? And also see the previous year questions to get acquainted with the type of questions that are being asked in UPSC. ठीक है? तो ये आपका काम है कि आप एटलीस्ट आज जाके सिलेबस देखो, बुक लो NCERT की, एंड ट्राई टू सी लाइक दिस पर्टिकुलर चैप्टर्स बिलोंग्स टू विच पर्टिकुलर थीम, एंड द थीम वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड. ओके गाइज? Class 11th NCERT and class 12th NCERT, we are not going to like discuss it right now because this NCERT will take later. ठीक है ना? ये हम बाद में बात करेंगे, जब मैं फाउंडेशन का एडवांस लेक्चर करवाऊंगी आपको, तब हम इसकी बात करेंगे, अभी इसकी बात नहीं करेंगे. ओके? सो टिल देन प्लीज रीड 6 to 10th NCERT, and yes, best of luck. Thank you.